Hey, yo, it's been a while. It's been a couple months. I am back. The desk is a bit of a mess. The main making of this video is, I don't know, I just wanted to come back to the second channel. There has been a lot of things that have happened in a short period of time and a long period of time because it's been months since my last upload. And yeah, basically, I wanted to show my Arduino CNC LED laser project that has been going on since, I don't know, last October. It's almost been a year. When I started thinking about building one. Finally it's built, it's not finished yet, but I just wanted to quickly walk through it, show how does it work and what are my plans to do with it in the future, how am I gonna finish it eventually, and how things are gonna work. So sure if I'm gonna get back in the view, but pardon my very quiet chair. So we got Arduino with CNC shield. I have cobbled up something altogether. It doesn't work like it should work still. The laser module is not working to its full potential because of its power limit issues. So I've got a 12 volt, 12.5 amp power supply that powers everything. It goes straight to the CNC shield. Obviously as well, what I want to say from the very start, I don't have a lot of experience or knowledge with Arduinos and CNC shields and stuff like that. I'm a beginner to all of this, I'm just learning as I go along. In this crappy mess, I've got a... This really isn't supposed to be here like that, but this is just a plate that I used, just like a 3D printing sample I got from work that was getting thrown in the bin. I just used it as a tray. Got my Arduino Uno with a CNC shield, using two A4988 drivers. They are adjusted to whatever my stepper motors are when I calculated it. I got a connections for both of the drivers to the stepper motors. I've got a 5 volt and ground for my laser module, which is another story about the voltage of the laser module because it was a pain to set it up. And then I have another 5 volt which is powering my 12 volt fan that is on top of the module. The module power is getting fed by a MOSFET, which is power in, power up to the module, and a signal wire. I'm going to talk about the software probably in the next video and how it works. This is just going to be a brief quick video on what it looks like physically and stuff. So this gets plugged into your mains. You need to make it a lot more safer and secure in terms of everything. Everything is pretty much wired up apart from the limit switches, which I have installed. I'm going to show as well. I'll probably do like little videos of it and just edit it in the video and generally. And yeah, about the laser module, why did I say that it hasn't got its full potential is because originally that laser module is coming out of another laser engraver that I have just behind me, which is this here. It's double-sided tape to a base so I can use it. It's exactly the same module as it goes in there. I have no idea what power it needs. I only was able to use a multimeter for the output when it was running on 100% power. It was outputting 4.8 volts, so I'm assuming it's a 5 volt module. I have no idea about the amps. Currently it's running on the 5 volt output on the CNC shield. I have no idea what the amps are on there, but it's not doing as hard work as it's doing on this one, so I'm assuming that is underpowered in some way. So my plan is to get a buck converter straight from the power supply, which would be drop it down to 5 volts and run it like 4 amps or something, because I did find a very similar laser diode that is actually in here physically and whatnot. I couldn't find it by the numbers whatsoever because the numbers don't exist. There's no stickers or writings or anything on the module, so it's a mystery from China. So I'm gonna get a buck converter and convert it to 5 volts and running like 4 something amps, which if I calculated right everything a couple of weeks ago, it should roughly be where it should be, and it kind of goes together with the datasheet I found for the very similar diode I found. So yeah, that's the plan with the laser module power. I've got my limit switches, which are bolted to the structure of the laser. Unfortunately, they're not wired up in properly on the CNC shell, neither have gotten them to work. Yeah, I think it's going to be a separate video on how does the laser work with the software together. I just want to quickly show you roughly how it looks. So, not sure if I can even zoom in while I can see it. So this is the laser module over here. I got some carrier, what you call them, to be honest. I don't remember now as I'm recording. Everything is mainly, so I bought the extrusion, but all the mounts are CNC machined. I know 3D printing would have been a better way to go, but I had the opportunity to get it CNC machined, so I had it done. Pretty much all the mounts, the gantry plates and everything is CNC machined. And the other thing is, which I'm going to talk about probably as well in another video, which would be how I designed and I made the manual Z-axis plate, because this is, you manually adjust the Z-axis, and then there's a little lens you can to fine adjust things. You can screw it left and right, and it's gonna adjust the laser dot, so you get it as small as you can, so get it as accurate as you can, I suppose. Sorry for my kind of broken stupid English, but it's the way I am. But yeah, well, I think I could just take the phone out and just show you. So what I got here is actually I'm running out of desk space as well, but I'm gonna quickly kind of pull it up. So this is my small I think it's stainless steel plate that I have double-sided tape some blanks for the key tags I've been doing, just to get like a reference point, which is basically in the software. I will turn on the focus light for the laser and run it in the very corner and set it as home, and that would be my basically home position of the laser, so I know where everything is working from. So that tray is coming off on and off. I am planning to put a base on the laser, so I can basically make jigs for it or whatever to put the stuff that I'm laser engraving or cutting. A honeycomb base would be an option as well in the future. It's possible. I'm gonna try to somehow pull this around and show you, because I'm, as you can see, running out of disk space insanely. It's actually painfully hanging on the wires there. There we go. So all of these mounts are CNC milled, as well as this manual Z-axis mount, which I designed myself and milled, same as that mount there. This gantry plate over here, and the mount to the back as well. That's a custom aluminium bracket that I made, so I can I keep on forgetting how these things are called. I'll find it out. So I can bolt this on and kind of get it roughly in line, so it works as it should. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I got my limit switches, which I'm still gonna work on how they're gonna be mounted properly. But as this moves, it's gonna touch off. Same as this over here. I got one there for the X-axis and another one on the very end, which is tucked underneath. Then I got one for Y minus here, and for Y plus it's all the way on the other side. But I'm gonna still work on it. There's still quite a lot of wiring to do and setting up. That's another just hacksawed aluminium piece, so I can bolt this on to the manual Z gantry plate. And yeah, I had no background in CNC or any designs or whatsoever about a year ago. In October I started in my new job position, which is a manufacturing technician, but I'm mainly working as a CNC machining operator, and with my work colleagues, there's two work colleagues that I work kind of closer regards, talking about building CNC machines, since they do it as well as a hobby, and not just hobby, and they just had toys to play with, and I basically learned most of the stuff from them. It was very nice of them that they shared that experience, and yeah, that helped me a lot. And in last October, from knowing nothing about, well, I didn't know basic stuff about CNC, how it kind of moved and whatever, but I didn't know anything in depth, and neither I ever thought that I'm gonna build a machine myself. But from that point, I managed to, for the gantry plates, this plate and the mounts, I used step files from internet and I modified them to my needs. I just, you know, redesigned them a little bit to fit my application. But the manual Z gantry plate, I just took the challenge on myself and I fully designed it myself, fully milled, and yeah, just fully milled, tapped some M3 threads in there. So how it works is you have got your basic gantry plate that is bolted with some wheels to the extrusion. Then you got like a step down in there that is like pocket milled out. If it was leaning that way, that was pocketed out. And then I've got another, there's like 1, 2, 3 piece assembly. All these two are separate, but they're kind of serving as one thing. You got a gantry plate with a pocket in the middle that acts as a female, and the male part is bolted to the laser module, which is basically made universal, so I can add another module if I want in the future, a powerful one, more powerful one. And I've got these tabs on the sides that loosen and taken off on and off. It's like it compresses the male part to the gantry plate, so you can use the screw and move it up and down. So it's kind of stiff, so you can do this if you want to. Yeah, basically something like that. And that was my first successful proper design thing with moving things in it, and it kind of worked. Another note on the side is that I have no background in any engineering whatsoever. I never went to school to do engineering whatsoever. I just learned all of this on the way. But I'm very happy with how it came out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I spent from October starting to think about the idea of making it around, was it Christmas time, starting to put a design together, and during the year I slowly got all the parts in, and maybe, I don't even remember now, about 2.5, 3 months ago or so, or a bit more than that, I started putting it all together. It took a while, but I mean, first machine, my first ever built CNC laser by myself, most of it designed as myself, and I'm very happy with how it goes so far. I'm still trying to work out the wiring and limit switches and stuff, but I think that will come along very shortly, because I have quite a lot more knowledge now and understanding of how things work. There's going to be another video as well about the electronics of the laser, because as you can see this plate over here, I'm going to design a box that is actually containing all the guts of the laser, which is the shield, MOSFET, buck converter, and all the wiring with the limit switches and everything. As soon as the limit switches are sorted out, I'm gonna start making the enclosure for it, and I still need to order the buck converter. When those bits are here, I'm gonna start to design a full-on enclosure for containing all the electronics of the laser, and make it as neat as possible and look at as slick and still serve the purpose, and hopefully I won't have any issues. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's going to be a lot of editing. There's a lot of talking in this video. But another thing I wanted to touch up on is second channel. I'm going to start to post a lot more on there now. I suppose I will do a channel update at some point. But yeah, things are coming along, and there are going to be more videos in the future. Stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed listening to my voice again. And yeah, there's going to be next video coming up, which is going to be most likely showing how the laser works with the software, and how do I do it myself, how I set up the homing. That's gonna be for the next video. Then probably after that is gonna be finishing up all the wiring, clean all that mess up, wire up the limit switches, making sure they all work. That's gonna be another video, and then as well there's gonna be a third video which is gonna be coming out with how am I literally designing the enclosure for the thing. I'm gonna do some sketches, I'm gonna do some Fusion 360 models, and I'm gonna be recording the whole process and making a video about that as well. And yeah, I've talked a lot, my mouth is dry, I need some coffee, and yeah, I think I'm gonna do a channel update on my setup as well, because if you remember from the last video, my setup video, my PC build and everything else, how I built everything inside the new case, things have changed. I've got a completely different desk with drawers. It's quite a bit bigger, but it's still not big enough. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next video. If you did like it, leave a like. If you didn't, then obviously don't. But yeah, it'll be nice to see you in the next video, so make sure to subscribe as well. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.